Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a cut crease makeup tutorial. So I know a cut crease can be a little bit intimidating, but I promise you don't have to be an artist to pull this look off, and I will show you just how easy it is. If you are interested in how I got this look, then just keep watching. Okay, so I already have my eyes primed, so the first thing I'm going to do is take this color by Makeup Geek Peach Smoothie on my Sigma E40 brush, and I'm just going to blend it into the crease. So for this cut crease look, you can be a little bit messy in the beginning because we're going to end up cutting the crease anyways, which will clean up the look. So I'm just going to kind of blend everywhere, starting to define the crease. I'm going to take this color, which is Cocoa Bear by Makeup Geek, a little bit darker, and I'm going to mix it with this color, which is Chickadee. And all I'm going to do is keep building up the crease. So if you look at both my eyes, they're different. This one doesn't have as much of a crease as this one does. But for this step, we're not going to worry about trying to line them up. We're just going to blow out the crease, and then when we define it, that's where we can decide where exactly we want the crease. So all I'm doing is taking more of these shadows and blending them in so we don't have any harsh lines. Alright, now I'm going to take a slightly darker color. This step is not necessary, but where is my brush? I just want to make mine a little bit more intense, so I'm going to take this color right here, which is Bitten by Makeup Geek. It's a pretty maroon shade. I like warm colors, obviously. And I'm going to take this on this Morphe shader brush right here. And all I'm going to do is put it in my crease, but keep it kind of lower. I don't want to bring it up too high because that'll make it way more intense than what I'm going for. And again, you don't have to be precise at this step. See how I have some fallout coming down on my lid? That's okay. We'll cover it up when we get to that part. Okay, now all I'm going to do is take this same blending brush with the same colors that I previously used in the crease, and I'm just going to blend it out. Okay, now for the actual cut crease part. This is the easiest way I know how to do a cut crease, and it might seem intimidating at first, but it's really not that bad. All I'm going to do is take a concealer, which this happens to be the MAC Prolongwear concealer. It can really be, you know, any concealer that you want. And you're going to put a little bit on your hand. So now that we have our concealer, I'm going to take this angled brush by Morphe. It could really be any small brush. You just want it to be small because this is kind of going to get a little bit detailed. And I'm just going to take a little bit of that concealer on the edge of the brush, and I am going to cut out a crease. So as I said before, I have two different eye shapes. This one doesn't really have a crease, so in order to make my eyes look the same, I'm going to draw a line higher on this eye than this eye, so the creases will kind of match up. You'll see what I'm talking about when I show you. So I'm going, where do I want my crease? I want it to be right in there, so all I'm going to do is carve it out. Like so. And it sometimes helps to keep your eye, to pull your eye up, so that way you get rid of the wrinkles. It also helps to look down when you're doing this, because if you're doing it like this, then the concealer can transfer up and it's harder to see where your crease is. So as you can see, if you were a little bit messy in your crease like I was, this concealer is just going to cover that up. So not a big deal. Alright, a little tip, just wait a little bit for that to dry before you start blinking a lot, because it can transfer up onto your upper lid, which you don't want. Okay, so I've waited for the concealer to dry. I did the other eye. As you can see, I brought the concealer up a little bit higher on this eye so that way the creases line up and you can actually see where the cut crease is occurring. Instead of if I did it where this actual crease was, you can see it would be all lopsided. So that was the hard part, guys. Now, since I cut my crease, all I'm going to do is kind of just darken up a little bit in my crease area, making sure not to bring it too much lower because we just cut the crease. We don't want to undo what we just did. So I'm just going to darken this up. This is totally optional. And I'm being a little bit more careful not to bring it down on the lid. Although if you do bring it down, the concealer makes it easy enough for it to wipe away. Okay, now you could totally leave the look like this because this is the actual cut crease part of the look, but what I'm going to do is take some of this Urban Decay Half Baked, I know I've used this before, and I'm going to pack that on my lid, making sure not to bring it up too high into my crease. And this is just going to make the look a little bit more intense. A trick, if you do plan on putting eyeshadow on your lid, since you have concealer on there, it makes it pretty tacky, which can make it difficult for the eyeshadow to blend once you start blending it out. So all I'm going to do is take this brush right here. This is just a concealer brush, but it's all I have. And I'm going to take some loose setting powder by Mercier. And I'm just going to pack that on top of the concealer. This will do one of two things. It will help your eyeshadow to blend better, and it will also help your eyeshadow to not transfer. If you have hooded eyes like I do, then this can be a problem. Your eyelid gets oily and then your eyeshadow will end up on your crease, which we don't want. Okay, I have my setting powder on. I'm going to take this shader brush and dip it into my half-baked eyeshadow. You can also use MAC Fix Plus if you want this to be a more intense look. You can spray your brush with it and it'll kind of intensify the eyeshadow, but I am just going to put it on dry. And I'm going to pack it all over the lid. I'm just being very careful not to bring it up too high. Okay, you can totally add winged liner or eyeliner to this look. I'm choosing not to, just a personal preference, wanting to switch it up. But I am going to add this Better Than Sex Mascara onto my lashes. Alright everyone, we have come to the end of an easy cut crease makeup tutorial featuring this look right here. Please like and subscribe if you found this video helpful. I hope you did. Please let me know in the comments below if there's anything else you would like to see from me. And until then, I will see you next time.